Hi, it's Curtis with theurbanfarmer.co. Today we're going to do a gear review. We're going to try out Johnny's new electric greens harvester. This is a little bit different than they had a previous greens harvester which I purchased, and I pretty much parked the thing right away. It didn't really save me any time. It made a mess. It didn't leave a clean cut behind, and because you had to manually move the thing back and forth, you never had a consistency. It was hard to keep a consistency in the height. Sometimes you're harvesting a tall crop, sometimes you're harvesting a short crop, and it was awkward. So I think I used it for 1 or 2 days, and I haven't touched the thing since. I've just maintained cutting with scissors and my hands, which can be a little laborsome. Our farm does about, I would say, 70% of our production is greens, so spinach, arugula, any kind of baby greens, mixed lettuces, mustard greens, mizuna, mixes and things like that. And I spend a lot of time bending over a bed harvesting, so it'll be really interesting to see how this thing performs. So let's check it out. Oh my God. So wow, just phenomenal. I harvested, this is feels like about 8 pounds of spinach, and I think it took maybe a little over a minute to do that. So just adding that up, I mean, for me to do that by hand, especially with overwintered spinach, it's sort of an awkward crop to harvest. I imagine it might have taken me 20 minutes to do that. You know, once I'm in the main growing season, greens are a little easier to harvest, but for some reason spinach in the winter is kind of, it really spreads around. It's hard to grab with your hand when you're harvesting it. So this just made short work of it and really left a nice clean cut behind. No debris sitting on top of the bed, and that was the problem with the last greens harvester, the one that you had to move manually, is it left a lot of stuff behind. This cleans everything up. So, no having to go back and clean up what you left behind, which I had to do before. I'd have to like take a leaf rake and just kind of loosely rake off the beds, which was just something extra I had to do. So now I don't have to do this. Just some things that I noticed with the tool is these footings that move, that kind of, I guess they're supposed to adjust for the height of your crop. I found them kind of useless. The machine is much easier to do just by holding it. The footings, if you've got a crop like overwintered spinach that's so dense and it's so thick, the footings don't really work. Like it just doesn't really run through the bed smooth. So it's kind of pointless, but I'm sure Johnny's will sort that out. And I mean, I just don't have to use them, so it doesn't really matter. Balance was a little bit of an issue, but I think it's something that can be worked out. I mean, more or less, most of the weight is right where the drill is. So I think it's just something that people will work out as they do it. What I liked about it actually is, you might have noticed before, I was able to actually straddle my bed, which is how I like to harvest in general. I like my body to be balanced and centered. So I mean, I've seen some people using this and they kind of walk in the walkway down like this, and I think that will work. But for myself and on my urban farm, my walkways are literally 6 inches. So I don't have a lot of play. I mean, I'm pretty much tightrope walking every time I go between my beds. So straddling is a nice option, and that works quite well for it. The blade is super sharp, so it comes with a special cover for it, but I found it's kind of awkward to slide on, so I just fashioned my own out of cardboard and just like a big paper clip, and it just goes on really easy there. And then I can just flip it around, and then I don't have to worry about cutting myself when I carry this thing, because these things, I've seen some people really injure themselves on these blades, so you got to be careful. Thing retails for about 500 bucks up here in Canada after duties and all that. I think it was 6 something for me, but so far worth every penny. This is going to save me hundreds of hours of labor throughout the course of a season, and so it's paid itself off right away there. Yeah, I mean, the amount of crop that I harvested, fantastic. So really good work, Johnnies. If you like what you saw today, like the video, share them with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.